In this video, we're going to look at data science job opportunities. So in the previous videos, we've gone over the marketplace. We've understood just how much of a growth potential there is, how much the data science and machine learning field has grown. We looked at who exactly this course is for and who's going to benefit the most. And then now we want to look at what are some of the opportunities that are available to us as far as the job growth, the job potential, the employer demand, right? The number of jobs that are out there. And so let's go ahead and look at the data science job opportunities. Okay, so there's an estimated 2.7 million open jobs in the data analysis, data science, and related careers in 2020. Now, this is obviously going to expand, obviously going to grow at a substantial rate because, especially now with a lot of individuals that are working from home, that are able to be mobile and be able to work remote, there's a lot more data that needs to be collected because if you're in a physical workspace, right, for your employees, if you're like an employer, but if you have somebody that is working remotely, working from home, then you want to be able to look to track their information and track what they're doing and make sure that they're actually doing their job. So there's so much information that's going to be created in the coming years. In 2021 and beyond, there's just going to be such a massive opportunity here. And so there's been a 39% growth in employer demand for both data scientists and data engineers by 2020. And then 59% of all jobs will be in finance, information technology, and insurance and professional service careers. This is broken down to about 19% in finance and insurance, and then 18% in the professional services, and then 17% in IT. So you can see here it's spread out quite a bit there, but for the most part, it's going to be in finance and information technology because that is what is really going to be the biggest players as far as like finance, where you want to be able to protect information. You want to make sure, people are, being able to be tracked as far as you want to be able to track finances. You want to be able to track different trends within, the numbers and, key performance indicators, and also making sure that you're making sense of that. And so employers really want to be able to make sense of that so they can make objective and sound decisions that's going to ultimately lead to the bottom line, right? And so here's an interesting fact as well. With the data science jobs that are out there in the marketplace currently, they typically remain open for 5 days longer than the average for all other jobs. So what this essentially means is that there's less competition in these fields and recruiters have to work harder to find qualified candidates. So that's why this course is such valuable. It's extremely valuable to you because you're going to be one of those individuals that goes through this course, learns the skills, the knowledge, right, and understands how to be able to fill these positions. Because in this course here, you're not only going to learn how to be able to utilize different techniques, different strategies within the data science field, right, using Python, but you're also going to learn what exactly the employers and the candidates and the recruiters are looking for in a particular candidate. You're going to learn how to create a resume, how to create a cover letter, how to contact recruiters and employers the right way. So you're going to be able to have an advantage over all the other individuals out there that are just submitting applications, but they don't have the experience or the knowledge or the understanding of how to position themselves properly so that they're able to get these jobs, right? So that's what you're going to learn and why this course is going to be extremely valuable to you and why it's important for you to make sure and watch all of the videos, because all this information is quite dense, but it's going to be exactly what you're looking for and what you're needing to be able to succeed in this field and then be able to ultimately either land a job or be able to go out and do some consulting or freelancing if that's a route that you want to take. So that's going to be here for this one, and we'll see you on the next one.